Hello, you wonderful people. I am the OBG and welcome to the OBG show. So let's start off with us and how much attention we give to the US, because I think that we've developed a kind of catastrophic habit, I'd say. You know, it's immense, and it's one so normalised that we no longer recognise it as a choice, and we've decided collectively that the loud machinery of Western power is the whole of human reality, and it's not even close. So right now, as you scroll, billions of Africans, Indians and Chinese people living, working, loving, building, breathing entirely outside of the theatre of US destruction. We can't stop watching it. Billions of human beings whose daily existence represents something the algorithm will never show you. The quiet, dignified persistence of life on Earth. And we've simply chosen not to look. And that choice has consequences, because there are children. Hello, Dave. Good to see you there, mate. You know, when you think about it, there are children starving in Sudan, Chad, Niger, and Cameroon. And not because the world lacks the resources to feed them. It doesn't. And it's not because the problem's complex beyond solving. It isn't. They're starving because the very external forces, with the wealth and reach to end it, find it more profitable to perpetuate it. And we're comfortable in our outrage and our opinion sections online, and we've decided that posting theories constitutes engagement with reality, and it doesn't. Awareness of our action is just a more sophisticated form of apathy. We treat geopolitics like a prestige television drama. We pick our favourite characters, we debate our motivations, we speculate about the next episode, and we've genuinely confused discussing the military-industrial complex with resisting it. The argument for awareness falls flat when awareness is the final destination. If you're not willing to stop consuming the products, the media, the technology, the cultural exports of the system that you claim to oppose, then you're not resisting anything. You're an audience member who believes that having opinions about the script makes you the playwright, and it doesn't. And here's the fundamental truth. We keep evading it. We give life to whatever we give attention to. And this isn't mysticism, it's mechanics. Money follows attention, movements follow attention, political will follows attention, and the military-industrial complex understands this perfectly, which is why it invests so much heavily in spectacle, in manufacturing celebrities out of generals, in turning every conflict into content, in keeping us perpetually fixed on its parade of feral power. It's like watching television. And the moment we direct our attention towards the communities that need solidarity, towards the billions living closer to the earth and closer to each other, the calculus begins to change. We've also been handed a story about time. We're told that the future must arrive faster, larger and louder, and that to slow down, or to show that we're slowing down, is to fall behind. But behind whom? You know? And in service of what? The pace itself is a mechanism of control. Exhausted people do not organise, and that's their ploy. Overstimulated people do not reflect. And people sprinting towards a future designed by technocrats and oligarchs do not stop to ask who's benefiting from the run-in. We could stop. We could breathe. We could make the radical decision to let our attention be governed by our humanity rather than our social media feeds. And we should not be taking sides in wars engineered by interest that view human beings as expendable variables. We should not be having our understanding of the world shaped by AI systems optimised not for truth but for engagement. Systems that have learned with mathematical precision that rage and tribalism, the intoxicating feeling of being right, keeps us scrolling longer than solidarity ever would. And the alternative for us isn't passivity, it's clarity. It's a refusal to be a passive viewer in someone else's production. And it's a deliberate, sustained choice from all of us to support peace, to support humanity, to extend attention and therefore energy and therefore resources towards the billions of people the machine would prefer that we forget entirely. And if we can't rise above the noise, we can't change anything. We're simply going to be recycling content, and this is what's happening with AI. The AI's feeding us. We're using AI to create, and the AI feeds off of that again, and it goes on, and it reduces in quality with every iteration. So the outrage is harvested, our attention's monetized, and our potential for actual change safely neutralized by the endless addictive loop of watching and discussing and never ever acting. The world isn't what your feed shows you. It's far larger, it's far more human, and far more worth fighting for than the spectacle would have you believe. Look up. Look down, look around you, look wider, and then move accordingly, because that's what's happening to us. And the only way to fight that is to not give it attention. I am Novi G.